evening, everybody. There are 5 match weeks left. I can't believe we're getting ever so close to the end of the season, but there are 5 match weeks left in the Premier League this season, and there are 12 games to predict. Most of them are midweek as well. But joining me tonight is a guy who's very, very outspoken on Twitter, but he's a lovely, lovely person, and I'm absolutely thrilled to get him on. It is Antony Howard from Ant's Leicester Fan Channel. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Looking forward to this. I haven't been on one of these for a long time, so it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be as well. We were talking backstage as well because obviously I know that Liverpool are in Champions League action as well. You guys are in action tomorrow against PSV. How are you feeling going into that? Because do you feel 0-0 is a good result to go over there?
No, we should. I don't know if you watched our game against PSV. We should have won that. And if we'd gone to PSV with a lead, I would have felt very confident that we can go through. But we wasted so many decent chances. It's like, it does worry me that we're going to really struggle because PSV is one of those places. It's got like a proper intense atmosphere, and it's going to be like a cauldron going there. And as Schmeichel said, like in his typical Sherlock Holmes, like investigatory sense, well, we're going to have to score to go through, and aren't we? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But
no shit, Sherlock.
But like, yeah, so we're going to have to score, which will be difficult. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if we went there and turned them over. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if we lose 4-5-0.
Oh, crikey! Yeah, hopefully that doesn't. But obviously, if you do get through, who are you wanting? Roma or Bodo Glimt?
There's something about. I'd love to play Roma, but at the same time, Mourinho's the one person you don't want to play him. Those like one-off games.
Yes,
he's the master of sort of. I know it's obviously Conference League to him; it's nothing sort of thing, but it's like. He's the master of getting through those games where we could batter them for 90 minutes and it would be a 1-0 Mourinho classic, which does worry me. But at the same time, a European semi-final against Roma, that does sound quite glamorous. I can't lie. We'll leave out the part that it's of the Conference League, but we'll just call it the European semi-final.
Well said indeed. Hello Sebastian, thank you for tuning in. Happy Hammerit as well, evening, hope you're good. Hello Yeti boy, thank you for tuning in. Tom May, Evertonian, how are you, my friend? I bet you're a lot more happier this week as well. I think that we would have lost the round of 16 if we didn't get a 2-goal lead in the first leg. And good evening to Chris Welsh, who was very, very lucky to be at the Etihad on Sunday. So what a game to be at as well. So we will start with the first game, and it is a Saturday lunchtime kickoff. There are no Friday games this week. And it is two sides who enjoyed some very, very good wins at the weekend. Tottenham beat Aston Villa by 4-0, which will obviously please Ant because he is a Leicester fan. And Brighton beat Arsenal by 2-1, especially with the fact that Brighton, I think, had gone 7 games or something without a win. I didn't think they'd scored in 6 of the last 7 games, and they managed to go to Arsenal and win 2-1. Very, very strange as well. But Tottenham favourites for top 4 now for you?
Yeah, 100%. Like they've got the points on the board, and they've got the more favourable running. They've got the momentum behind them. They've got the experienced manager in Conte. Like everything seems to be sort of pointing for their favour. When you look at Arsenal, their heads have now dropped after they've lost 2 games in a row, and 2 games against teams that they would be hoping to at least pick up points in, and particularly Brighton at the Emirates. They'll be hoping to have won that. Also, in the fact that they lost to Crystal Palace, so a team that they should have been beating, a team that they would have hoped that they would have been responding against, and then they capitulated again. And trust me, if you want to talk to anyone about top 4 capitulations, I've witnessed it twice, and they're following the blueprint perfectly.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Tottenham, I mean, they were very impressive. Son, he's one of those players where you really, really like him as a player, but he does have these moments where he does really, really silly things. But a hat trick against Aston Villa, which was absolutely fantastic. Kulusevski's been very, very impressive as well for Tottenham. And Brighton, where did this win come from against Arsenal? I certainly didn't see it coming. I don't think anybody saw it coming.
No, and the thing is, they scored. It wasn't just a win; they played well as well. The second goal was absolutely beautiful football, and it's not as if they just went to the Emirates, held on, and didn't really have a go. They properly took the game to Arsenal, and it took Arsenal to the 90th minute till they got a deflected goal to actually really cause Brighton many problems. So it's mad how that can happen, isn't it? That they've gone on awful run, and then all of a sudden just have a game where they turn up like that.
Yeah, definitely. These two sides did meet in the FA Cup. It was a 3-1 win to Tottenham, but with obviously top four on the line, I think you'd have to fancy a Tottenham win here. But Brighton have just been in London and they have beaten Arsenal. So how do you see this one going?
I think Tottenham will have too much. I think I'm going to go 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Tottenham. Believe it or not, I've gone exactly the same. I think it will be a 3-1 win. You can't really count on Tottenham getting a clean sheet. And Brighton do score goals as well. So, but yeah, let's see what some of you are saying. Empty had get it correct. Wasn't good for my heart. I bet it wasn't. Watching it from obviously my flat, it wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty, let's say. Spurs going to win 3-1. Kulusevski, Son and Kane going to score. I think that's probably going to happen anyway. Tottenham 1, Brighton 0, says Chris Welsh. Tottenham 3, Brighton 1. So going along with Sebastian and to myself. Evening Daddy Cool 52. I love that name. Absolutely love that name. Well, here we go. Will Tottenham brighten up their top four hopes up even more? Yeah, I think so.
This is like, every time Leicester fans want Brighton to get a result, it's always just a picture of all Brighton, and it's like, will all brighten our days up? And it's like, oh god,
yeah.
It's like it was quite good the first time, but when you see it every week that someone wants Brighton to win, it's like, oh, just
that's funny. Well, at least Mark Albright can say that he scored the 20,000th Premier League goal against Arsenal for Aston Villa. I know that. that's a very, very
fact.
What's that?
I said that's a proper random fact, that one, isn't it?
It is. Spurs 4-1 or 3-0, says Daddy Cool. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. Would be a Tottenham thing to do, dropping points in this type of game. It would. It certainly would. Brighton after this have got Manchester City away. So, if they get something from Tottenham, then who knows? Who knows? But I think it's definitely going to be. And Chester Leicester, good evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. And he's saying Tarkowski to sign for Leicester.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
we need I think I've talked to death about it, and anyone who sort of watches any of my stuff will be bored stiff of it. But we've got this whole rebuild coming up in the summer as it's being branded. I think we need an experienced centre back, which I think would be. I'm hoping it's Tarkowski. I know there's a lot Leicester fans sort of got split opinions on that one. We've got then probably another younger centre back with Farnham mould, that sort of good ball playing, pacey sort of thing. So yeah, and then probably a midfielder, a winger, a striker, and then it's also dependent on outgoings as well.
Interesting. Rookie error +1. I think that at least one team will get a point from that game. Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. So the next game to preview and predict, well, Manchester United, Norwich City. Now, Manchester United are just in not any good form at all. I keep saying this is the worst Manchester United side I've ever seen. You're coming up against Norwich City, who've just beaten Burnley by 2-0, and people probably would have said that, yeah, Carroll Road, Burnley are probably going to, do them over. They didn't. Norwich City did win by 2-0 but Manchester United, whenever you see them play and whenever you see them away from home, they're just shocking. So Could there be a bit of a surprise here? I mean, Norwich City have won at Old Trafford before.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. Which imagine saying that a few years ago, but you wouldn't be surprised seeing Norwich going to United and nicking something. Like obviously, United are the favourites for this game, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it out of the realms of possibility. Can I just get on to, have you seen Yeti Boy's comment about the green and yellow scarf derby?
What?
You can tell that they're going through a rough patch, can't you? Because as soon as they go through a rough patch, they get the back out. They didn't. There was no Glazers out stuff in the summer when there was United fans queuing up outside Old Trafford to buy their Ronaldo shirts after they just signed Ronaldo, Varane, and Sancho. Every time, it's as soon as they go on a bad run of results. Like, I know the reasons aren't because of, well, partly is because of results, but I know that's not the main reason. But I always find it funny, but when they're winning, it always goes quiet on the Glazers out front.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But Norwich, it was a good win against Burnley, but too little, too late.
Yeah, I don't know. They're in a very similar situation to us during the great. You know, when we had our great escape. That's why I never write a team off completely. But you've got to feel unless they win this game, I think then they're gone.
Yeah. Something really wants me to put a Norwich win here. Something really wants me to put a Norwich win. I think Man United, I think the players have just stopped playing for Ranić. They know that it looks like Erik ten Hag is going to come in. And it just looks like that they've just down tools at the moment, Manchester United. So, believe it or not, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go 2-1 Norwich.
Oh, I'll be well happy if that is the score. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it'll be a draw. But how mad is that? But neither of us have gone for a United win with bottom of the league going to Old Trafford.
I know that is mental. And now I'm probably getting loads of things saying, "Oh, what are you doing, predicting Norwich to beat Manchester United?" But I'll keep saying it. Manchester United, for me, have down tools. I don't think they're that great anyway. Sorry if I pronounce your name horribly wrong. Pre-om-tusive. Spurs 3 points take that match. I think Spurs definitely win that. Shane O'Donnell's gone for 2-1 Norwich as well. Nice thinking, Shane. Nice thinking. Happy Hammeret's gone for 1-0 Norwich. Daddy Cole 52 has gone for 3-1 Man United. Sebastian has got Man United 2, Norwich 3. Pookie to score 2 goals. Well, I tell you, you would like that. Michael Talks Football, who's obviously Finnish. He'll be very happy to hear you say that. Come on, you Spurs, is pre-intrusive. Manchester United 4, Norwich 0. Surely United have to win this game uncomfortably. Surely they should, but I don't think there's anything other than a comfortable. And then obviously the green and yellow scarves derby. That is absolutely hilarious. They will protest and go straight into the club shop and buy a new shirt. Yeah. Man United 3, Norwich 1. Jeannie 20 has gone 2-0 Norwich. Evening, boys. Hello, Jeannie. Good evening, Hella. Hope you're good. George Kyle will be happy with that result. He will. He would be. It would be. Christ, don't even want to think about it. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting game, that one as well. But one team licking their wounds from the weekend is definitely Southampton, and they face Arsenal, who also lost the weekend, but Southampton lost by 6-0 against Chelsea. At one point in that game, Ant, did you think that it was going to happen again? 9-0 was going to happen again?
It did cross my mind, but it seems to be becoming an annual sort of thing that Southampton take a thumping off someone at some point.
Yeah.
It seems like a proper thumping. But something that's interesting about every time they do it, they normally bounce back in the next game and get a really decent result. So I think, like, as badly as they did play, I think Arsenal will come into St Mary's at just the wrong time because they'll be wanting to prove, they'll have a point to prove and really want to bounce back.
I agree. Absolutely. Definitely agree. But I mean, Arsenal, you don't know what's going on with Arsenal. I mean, 1 week they're getting so many games unbeaten, and then the next couple of games they lose to Crystal Palace, and then they lose to Brighton. This for me. Southampton may be already safe, but St Mary's is not an easy place to go to. I fancy the Saints here. I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton.
I'm not going to go that confident, but I do think that Southampton will get something. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it'll be a draw.
1-1. Interesting. Guys, remember to get your predictions in the chat, and I will read them out as well. Jeannie saying evening to Hella. Sebastian going for 2-1 to the Saints. Shane O'Donnell going for 2-1 Arsenal. Daddy Cole 52 is going for 2-1 Southampton, as is Hella. Everyone seems to go to Southampton. 3-3 says Jeannie.
That'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
That would be a cracking game. Did they win 3-2 one season as well? I think they did as well. Yeah, boy, going to Southampton 0, Arsenal 0. Well, I hope it isn't 0-0. Because we all know that'll be last on match of the day. And Hella saying hiya to Jeannie. So, to two teams who are having, well, I have to say, Watford's, I think they're as good as gone now for me. I can't see them getting any points from anywhere. Brentford will feel that they're safe. Again, another cracking result, 2-0 against West Ham. How impressive have you been with Brentford? And was the signing of Christian Eriksen the turning point for them?
I think so, because I think Christian Eriksen, and I think people underestimate David Raya coming back, how important that was.
Yes.
So, I think for those, that was the two big points that really sort of turned their season around, because they had a brilliant start to the season. Then they started to drop down the table quite a rapid rate. Then those two came back, and they're starting to pick up some form again. So I think if you're a Brentford fan, you're living on cloud nine at the moment, like having a season like this as your first season in the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. Watford's dismal home record continues. I don't think they've not won many home games anyway, but I think they're on like now a 3-match or 3, 4, 5-match run in a row at home that they've not won a game. And actually one of those includes a 3-0 defeat to Norwich City. I mean, there is something called as a home banker. Is this an away banker, do you think?
I think you got to say Brentford are definitely the favourites for it, but I don't know. There's just something about Watford that there's like, as poor as they are defensively, they still they have that talent going forward. I know they aren't scoring a huge amount of goals, but they've always got those players like Sarr, Dennis, João Pedro, are all very talented players going forward. So even though they don't win a lot of games, I always look at them and think they should be doing a bit more than what they are with the attacking force that they've got. So I always look at them and say, could this be the week that they turn it around and get a good result? But I just don't think it. I don't think so. I think it'll be I'm going to go for a Brentford 3-1.
3-1 Brentford. Very, very interesting. I've gone 2-0 Brentford. I don't see Watford scoring for some reason. Yeah, I think Brentford will be too much. I think they'll do the double. They did the double over West Ham, and they'll be doing the double over Watford as well. Hella saying Watford 0, Brentford 3. Shane O'Donnell going for the same as Antony, 3-1 Brentford. Sebastian going for 5-1 Brentford. Eriksen masterclass. Wow. I wonder how many goals Tony will get in that one. Daddy Cole for going for 2-0 Brentford, the same as me. Chester, Leicester. I think I read that right. 1-0 Brentford. Happy Hammeretti, 2-0 Brentford. Yeah, boy going 1-0 Watford. Ben Foster last minute winner. Wow. I know Alisson's done it before, and I know that as Casper hasn't scored, has he?
Yeah, it went down. I'm pretty sure it went down as a Chris Wood goal, but any Leicester fan will tell you that it was Kasper Schmeichel's goal. It went over the line. I think it was against Yeovil. Yeti boy Leicester will be able to tell you. I can't remember it off the top of my head if it was Yeovil or someone like that, but it was Schmeichel's goal.
Yeah, just something in the back of my mind said that. Yeah, that Brentford goalkeeper is criminally underrated. Yeah, and you see that their form dipped after he got injured as well. 1-1 says Genie. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 1-1. Brentford, unfortunate with their injuries. Those players are now back. They don't have a massive squad. No, they don't. They certainly don't. Liz Golden, good evening to you. Hope you are good. No, Ant is a shy wallflower. Lol.
Yes, I'm such a shy waffler. Definitely. Liz, you've 100% hit the nail on the head with me. I'm absolutely terrified.
Yeah, it was a last-minute equaliser against Bob the League Yeovil at home. There we go.
There we go
indeed. Yeah, I've actually got someone who actually, I don't know if he supports Yeovil, but he's kind of in and around the Yeovil area. So I don't actually know if he supports them or not, but keeps an eye on the results anyway. But yeah, anyway, we won't speak about Yeovil anyway. But what we will speak about is your next game, because you are away to Newcastle United. I mean, you are going to this game. Good luck in obviously trying to get on a roller coaster ride to get up to the highest bit ever. Newcastle sort of started a little bit recently, but they did get that massive win against Wolves, which was a very, very good win. Chris Wood getting a goal as well, which is mental. As well, you guys had a good 2-1 win against Crystal Palace as well, and I have to say I did like the songs about Wilfred Zaha. I thought that was very, very funny. You have a good record going to Newcastle. How do you see this one going?
I'm be honest, I'm more worried. Like, the priority is tomorrow, and like we're playing in Eindhoven tomorrow, so we'll probably rotate heavily, because then we go to, I think we're going to talk about it in a little bit as well. We go to Goodison then on the following Wednesday, so we'll probably rotate quite heavily. And the fact that they've got Chris Wood up front now, and he's guaranteed to bag 2 goals against Leicester whenever we play them. Whenever we play him against him, he did it when he was at Leeds. He did it when he was at Burnley. So I guarantee you now he's got half decent service at Newcastle. That will probably carry on. So I'm not confident for it, but at the same time, our season isn't the Premier League now. It's all about Europe.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Newcastle are decent at home, but I don't know. I felt your last away game, you should have beaten Manchester United. You should have beaten them, but
corruption.
Yeah. I have to fancy you just going to Newcastle and getting the win. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester as well, because I always back my team. But
yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if we do struggle going there, and if we do look very tired and leggy because of tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. Newcastle safe for you?
Yeah, it's mad what 95 million in transfer window does for a team in relegation zone.
Yeah, I know. You had to get that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's a bit unfair on Eddie Howe, to be honest. He has done a brilliant job there, and like the way that they're playing football, even before they spent that money, I know the results didn't come straight away until the January transfer window, but when you actually watched them play, you could see sort of there was an intent about them. So
yeah,
obviously, I think anyone could tell you that the money's helped, but I think also the biggest thing is Eddie Howe.
Yeah, definitely. Jeannie saying evening to Liz. Shane O'Donnell go for Newcastle 2, Leicester 1. Interesting. Daddy Cole 52 is going for 1-1. Leicester boy, Yeti boy, I should say. Newcastle 2, Leicester 2. Chris Wood always scores against us. Yeah. I think he might get a goal, but I don't think it will be a 2-2 draw. Let's say hey to Genie. Newcastle 2, Leicester 2. Hella is praying. Newcastle 1, Leicester 2. Please beat Newcastle. There we go. Genie going for 2-0 Newcastle. Leicester's reserve team to go on a top 6 charge. That's funny. And I think this guy is new, Lil VV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Guys, if you are new around here, please do remember to hit that subscribe button and like the video as well. Newcastle 2, Leicester 2. So 2-2 seems to be a bit of a popular prediction there. If Happy Hammerit is still in the chat, it is West Ham against Burnley. West Ham are obviously going to Lyon tomorrow. I think they've got a good chance. I think they do have a good chance. I do think, though, West Ham are on their knees. They completely are. The way they played against Brentford, I think they got a couple of injuries there as well. I think Zuma went off injured. And I just look at Burnley. The one game you would expect to probably go and win, you lost. So I honestly see this as a home banker. I don't know about you, Ant, but I'm going to say West Ham will win this 2-0.
I'm saying this more than hope than reality. I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley. Just because
1-0 Burnley. Wow.
I still think we can catch West Ham. I still think we can catch them in West Ham's best season ever, whilst we've been absolutely dog. We are, 5 points behind them with 3 games in hand or something like that. So, and the thing is, would it surprise you? Like, it would be the most Burnley thing going to have lost what you would have called a banker last week to then turn up a team that's challenging for top 6 to go there and get a 1-0 win.
Yeah. It would not surprise me. Would not surprise me anything. I have noticed that there is one of my good friends in the chat who is a big Burnley fan. I will get to you very shortly. Shelby will score from outside the box and would penalty. Very interesting. Hella going for 2-1 Burnley. Sebastian going for 1-0 Burnley. Shane O'Donnell going for 2-1 Burnley. And Turf Moorhouse TV, Dan, good evening, sir. How are you? Hope you are good. Come on, Burnley. Daddy Cool going for 1-0 West Ham. Lil Vivi going for 0-0. West Ham are going to be knackered after Thursday night. Yeah, absolutely. Leicester, West Ham, eggs are in Europe. Yep, I would agree. 1-0 Burnley. So everyone seems to be going for a Burnley result, obviously, except me and Lil Vivi, who thinks it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Now, this still remains, in my honest opinion, the biggest game in English football. But, Liverpool against Manchester United. Now, I'm going to have to be honest here. Do Manchester United have any chance in this game? I know form goes out the window for these games, but Man United are not in any form whatsoever. I honestly think Liverpool will be rubbing their hands like this, getting ready to get at Harry Maguire, to get at Luke Shaw, to get at Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Diogo Dalot, and then do you know what I think is going to happen in this game? I think Fernandes is going to get so riled up he'll get a red card. I honestly feel like he could get a red card. But I have to bag Liverpool in this game. I have to. Liverpool haven't done the double over Manchester United, I think, since the 2014 season, I think it was. Or it could have been before that. Or anyway, but how do you see this one going on? I mean, Manchester United are not in any form at all. Liverpool just seem to be getting result after result after result, and managed to get a 2-2 with City at the weekend.
Yeah, I think for United, heading into this, they should have all the motivation in the world to go and get a result at Anfield, ruin your title chances, push themselves into a top 4 race. But when you watch them against Everton last week, I think it was Everton ran 10 kilometres more than United. Like, how can a team run 10 kilometres more than you? It's just like, it genuinely looks like lazy and lack of commitment. And going back a few weeks, when we played them at Old Trafford, the Iheanacho goal, that came from Fernandes bottling a 50-50 with Dewsbury Hall. Just seems like a proper lack of commitment.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you be a club like United and not be committed? So, like, I'm probably going to look like a right muppet when this gets clipped up and that, but it would not surprise me if you did 5-0 again, like you did at Old Trafford, because like they just look not interested, and it's like, but at the same time, how many times have we seen this before? That like a United team looking absolutely awful and then like turn up for one big game and then go nowhere.
Yeah, I just think that. You look at Liverpool's attack to Manchester United's attack, and yeah, I know they've obviously got Sancho, Elanga, Ronaldo. Rashford's not performing.
The thing is, they're just names at the moment. They're not playing well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like, you can have as many big names in a team as you want. If they're not playing well, not gelling together, and not working hard for each other, then all they are is names.
So what are you going for?
5-0.
Wow. Wow. 5-0. I've been a little bit kinder, but I've gone 3-0. I don't see them scoring. I really don't. And this is the thing is as well. I keep saying it. I think the players are down tools. They don't look interested, and I think I saw someone said that they should play the youngsters. Yes, play the youngsters rather than these overpaid prima donnas that someone mentioned the other day. But let's see what some of you are saying for this one. But we shall see. West Ham were exhausted after last Thursday's match, got more of the same. Turf Moorhouse TV, Liverpool 6, Manchester United 0. 6-0. Wow. Shane O'Donnell going for 3-0 Liverpool. Sebastian going for Liverpool 4, Manchester United 1. Yikes. Liverpool 3, 3-0. 6-0, enough said. Be kind, Shaw still injured. Is he out injured? I did not notice that. Whoops, I meant Liverpool 6-1. Lil VV going for Liverpool 18-0. Jesus. Oh, did I miss the West Ham predictions? Yes, you did. Yeah, I've gone for 2-0 West Ham, and Ant's gone for 1-0 Burnley. So I would not be surprised. Hey, Sue Cedric, hope you're good. You did happy hammering it. Lots of Burnley wins. Yeah. 6-0 thumping. Doesn't matter how many grades you've got, they don't play as a team. Yeah, that is very, very true and agreed. Hella. So a resounding amount of Liverpool victories in there. But you know what? Manchester United will go there and maybe they might cause an upset. But we shall see anyway. But another big game. Chelsea against Arsenal. Arsenal's record against Chelsea, although they did beat Chelsea last season at Stamford Bridge. But Chelsea, how unlucky were Chelsea last night?
Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? I can't understand Chelsea. I'm sorry, but they played really well. I'll be honest, but they were very as much as I don't like him, that was very unfortunate that goal was ruled out for Marcus Alonso. But
yeah,
shame.
I know it was, and I know you've been poking fun at Ben Chilwell as well, but Chelsea Arsenal. I mean, this is a huge game for Arsenal. I mean, this is their game in hand over Tottenham. Anyway, I know Tottenham do have a game in hand as well. I think they play Arsenal as well. But you just have to look at this Chelsea side, and yes, Chelsea are a good side when they perform. Arsenal need to start winning yet again, but I don't think it's going to be a classic because we all know what Thomas Tuchel is like with defending Leeds, etc. Arsenal don't really have much of a goal threat. I mean, Martinelli seems to be the only one. I know Odegaard scored against Brighton, but when was the last time Lacazette scored? Lack of threat. Like people like to call him a lack of threat. I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea. How do you see this going?
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. The thing is, you mentioned last year, I think a lot of the results last year you need to take with a big pinch of salt playing behind the closed doors and stuff. It's a different place to go when it's completely empty, and that's the same for any ground. So I'll take that with a huge pinch of salt. But it's like you say, Arsenal need to start winning games, and Chelsea would love to put a huge spanner in the works for Arsenal. Let's be honest about it. They don't like each other. I know they don't like Tottenham either, but I don't know. It just feels like the Arsenal's running now is very, very difficult, and they're just going to hopefully, because I'd rather Tottenham finish top four. I'll be honest. They're hopefully just going to take hit after hit after hit here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as well. Guys, get your predictions down for that one. We'd be lucky if we got a draw, to be honest. We are exhausted. Play the same 11 week in, week out. We've played the same 11 since I was 1 in 92. Dan. Always one, isn't that? Laughing emojis. Chelsea, we're going to poor run now. Maybe. Chelsea 2-1 says Daddy Cool. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 1 says Cedric. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2 says Hella. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2. Chelsea will be low morale and Arsenal will go for it. Interesting. Interesting, low VV. 1-1 says Turf Moorhouse. Unfortunately, that was almost poetic. Hate Chelsea. Pookie scored more than lack of threat. Yes. I would absolutely agree with you. But yeah, you do actually have another game. And you go to Goodison Park, where Everton did enjoy a 1-0 win over Manchester United the last game. And I think they beat Newcastle as well the last time that they played at home as well. You've got to fancy your chances at Goodison. But as you say, it would be typical Leicester if you went there and lost.
It would, but at the same time, Everton aren't very good at football at all, are they? Like, let's be honest. Like, even though they beat United, United, I think beating United was purely the fact that Everton worked hard and United didn't.
Yeah.
Like, if we go there and put in the lack of effort that United put in, I'll be fuming. So I think if you match Everton for effort, at least, then the quality will come through. So I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester. Yeah, I've had to change my prediction because I originally had 1-0 Leicester, but the fact that you guys have been scoring recently, I'm actually going to go 2-0 Leicester. I don't see Everton scoring. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 to the Foxes as well. Jeannie going for saying good one, Dan. Everton 1, Leicester 2 says Shane. Everton 1, Leicester 2 says Daddy Cole 52. Cedric Lopez, Everton 1, Leicester 5. Okay, the United one was a one-off. 5-1. I think I tell you, my friend to my right will be very, very happy if that happens, for sure. Liverpool Reserve 1, Leicester 0. Liverpool Reserve.
Wasn't that the other way around on the 28th? Leicester Reserves 1, Liverpool 0. I'll find the door. I'll find myself a door.
Everton 1, Leicester 2. And Happy Hamlet also going for a 2-1 to Leicester as well. But yeah, I mean, two tough away games. And you're obviously going to both as well. And you did say off air that you will be staying up north because it doesn't really make sense for you going home in the Easter break as well.
No, sir. I got family up that way. It's just easier to do. But it's two away days that I really enjoy doing. Newcastle, one of the best nights out after a game of football. Beautiful stadium, beautiful city. And then Everton as well. I love that old school stadiums, but there's just something about them.
Yeah, definitely. The Gladys Street end and Everton is where the you're down in a little corner, aren't you? So definitely. The next game is Newcastle United against Crystal Palace. Well, whatever happens with obviously Newcastle, Crystal Palace though they will have one eye on that FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. How impressed have you been with Patrick Vieira? Because I honestly, I actually have to say, we know our good friend Ali, of course, of obviously Pride of South London fan TV, of course, and I absolutely love the fact that he was giving it his all on AFTV the other night. I saw that, but you have to admire what Patrick Vieira has done at Palace.
Yeah, I really like. I think I worried for Palace at the end of last year where they had a lot of players coming out with contracts. They had the aging squad. Obviously, Hodgson, who kept them very stable, and in the Premier League for quite a few years. Then to go for Vieira, which was a risk, and it's a risk that's really paid off. They've transformed the style of football they play. They've got a lot of young players coming through, like Elise, Eze. What's the lad's name that they got from Chelsea?
Gallagher.
No, the centre back.
Guehi, yeah, Guehi.
Very good centre back, and as you say, Conor Gallagher, who got showed absolute levels by Dewsbury Hall at the weekend. Just going to put that one in there. But yeah, you've got to admire what they're doing, and the fact that they've got to a semi-final in the FA Cup, that's absolutely huge for them. So I think the fact that they're pushing for a top half finish, got to a semi-final, I think any Palace fan would have taken that at the start of the season.
Yeah, I think so. It's a tough one to call, but just on form at the moment, I'd have to fancy Palace here. What do you think?
I don't know, because both Palace, it's weird because Palace, I think I think it's so dependent because they've got their FA Cup semi-final on Sunday, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I think it's so dependent on what goes on with that. Because if they get their FA Cup semi-final and they win that against Chelsea, they'll just be on an upward trajectory. I think if they lose that, then it will just be sort of heads down to the end of the season, a little bit deflated. So I'm going to go 2-1 with the hope that Palace beat Chelsea and then are confident in the week.
I've gone exactly the same as you. I've gone 2-1 Palace as well. And I'm also saying that I hope they beat Chelsea as well. I think it'll be fantastic if they did. Sorry to any Chelsea fans, but I just think if Vieira gets to bat at Palace to a FA Cup final in his first season in charge, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So let's see what some of you are saying for this one. Newcastle 1 Palace 3 says Hella. Draw 1-1. Yeah, I think it could. This one does look like it could end in a draw for sure. That's what Shankly used to call the Seas. The Seas? 2 Newcastle 2 Palace 1 says Shane. Interesting. Oh, apologise, lazies. Palace 2 1 and Genie going for 2-1 Newcastle. So a bit of difference of opinion. You'd have to say. I have to say, I think this is either a home banker or, well, City win. Man City against Brighton. Brighton have only beaten Manchester City once in the Premier League era, and I think that was a 3-2 win when I think City had already wrapped up the league, and they did win 3-2. I think Dan Burn actually got the winner that they ever seemed to remember. But Brighton, fair play to them. You know, if they got Tottenham away, they got Manchester City away. Were they to beat Tottenham, then you know, is very, very unlikely. But I honestly see City winning this pretty comfortably. I'm going to go 2-0 City. How do you see this going? Is this a home banker for you?
I think so. I know you lot will be hoping that they can take something off Man City, but I just can't see it. I'm going to go 4-0 Man City. I think they're going to get into a bit of a, you know, how they can get into those rhythms of just winning game after game after game. Because I feel like they'll feel very hard done by that game at Etihad. Because I think they'll feel that some big decisions went against them. And quite often when that happens to Man City, then they react in a way where they just win game after game after game.
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Happy Hammer is going for 2-0 City, 3-2 to City. Interesting. Hella thinks a bit of a goal fest there. Interesting. 3-0 City, 4-0 City. Yeah, everyone seems to be going for a City win. Yeah, I was contemplating maybe giving Brighton a goal, but no, I think City will be too strong for Brighton. Yeah, the next game, Genie saying 2-0 shitty as well. This one, I think this is a hard one to call. This one, Burnley Southampton. I mean, Burnley fighting for their lives. Southampton not got much to play for, but this could be anything. This could be anything. This could be a Southampton win. It could be a draw. It could be a Burnley win. If Burnley want to stay up, this is the one game they should be aiming to win, I think.
Yeah.
How do you see this going?
I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley for the reasons that you've just said. The fact that Southampton are on the beach, they're pretty much safe now. And, like, obviously they don't want to get beaten. Like, they won't want to get beaten like they did by Chelsea and stuff. So they'll still have that professional pride. But when you're fighting for your life like Burnley are, surely they've got to put in a performance at this point in that one.
Surely. So you're going 1-0 Burnley.
Yeah.
I'm going 2-1 Burnley. Burnley have to win. They have to win this game. And then obviously hope that you guys beat Everton. And then We shall see. But yeah, I think it'll be 2-1 to it'll be 2-1 to Burnley, but we shall see what happens anyway. Burnley 2, Southampton 1, says Shane O'Donnell. Sean Dyche special 3-0 Burnley. Wow, Cedric, that is very bold. Going for 3-0. Burnley 2-1, Happy Hammer. Turf Moor's a hard place to come to. Burnley 2, Southampton 1. Yep. And a 1-1 draw, says Daddy Cole 52. Well, it could be a very, very interesting game of it. Anyway, but that is obviously the games that we've managed to predict. That's all 12 games to predict. We'll just briefly talk about the two FA Cup semi-finals. Obviously, the first one is Manchester City Liverpool on Saturday, 3:30. And is that a bit of a weird time to have a FA Cup semi-final?
Yeah, but you know why it's not 3 o'clock? So they can show it on TV.
Good point.
Which is, unfortunately, the way that the game's going, isn't it? It's all about TV times and stuff like that. But that should be a brilliant, brilliant game. I'm hoping it's as good as the one at the Etihad. Because I didn't watch the game at the Etihad, but I watched highlights and bits of it and saw the quality of the football that was being played. So I'm hoping that it's just another entertaining game, really.
I am as well. I do think there will be changes, though. I think, although actually, having said that, I don't know if you've seen Liverpool's team this evening. It is very heavily rotated.
No, I haven't had a look yet, mate.
Yeah, so guys, if you haven't seen the Liverpool team, it's Alisson in goal, Joe Gomez at right back, then Matip, Konate, Tsimikas, Henderson, Milner, Keita, and then Jota, Diaz, Firmino. Ooh, so very, very interesting.
That's a very, I don't want to say weak, but that's a very rotated, I think is a better way to put it, midfield.
Yeah, I would say that. So I think Klopp's got one eye on this game of the weekend, and he's obviously got one eye on the Manchester United game as well. So, but I still think it's good enough to beat a Benfica side that, you know, played well in the first leg. They played very, very well from in the first leg. So, but this cup semi-final, I mean, it could be a draw. We need to get them back anyway. The last time we played City at Wembley, we actually lost on penalties in the Community Shield, I think it was. And then obviously before that, it was obviously the cup final in 2015, 2016. So a very interesting game for sure. But if you had to say who's going to win, who would you say?
I'm going to go 2-1 City. It's like I said earlier, I think they're going to have a bee under their bonnet about how that game at the Etihad went with those big decisions that went against them. So for me, I think Man City will do it. And there's something about Man City just sort of at Wembley, they seem to get the job done.
Yeah, I know. That pains me. Pains me to say that. Danny Cole asking how I did in my week 32. I got 7 points, a bit better than the week before. I did the only perfect score I actually got was the City Liverpool game. I actually said 2-2, so it was very, very good for that. As well, Ant's in the chat saying job of thumbs up, guys. Let's see. Talk MU. Hello, good sir. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're good. Howdy all. Andrew Williams. Hope you're good. Evening, lads. Anyone think the City could go out? I think if Atletico get an early goal, could make it very interesting because the Wanda Metropolitano is quite a hostile atmosphere. And, you know, that the Athletic fans are right on you as well. They could make that very, very tricky. But City go out, I can't see it. I can't see that. Can you answer?
It's one of them, but it's like you say, an early goal will make it interesting. It depends how much Athletic can rattle Man City because they're not going to outplay them, right, and sort of outplay football against them. So it's all about sort of roughing them up. If they get an early goal, it makes it a bit of a contest. But even if they do that, I think there's too much quality in that Man City team.
I agree. I think I went 2-0 City actually in my predictions. OMG, that is very bold from Klopp. Yeah, I just think the strength and depth we have off the bench could be very, very interesting. And Salah finally gets the rest. I mean, I've been calling for Salah to get a rest for a long, long time, and he looks knackered. He looks knackered. Van Dijk looks knackered as well. Fabinho looked dead on his knees against City. Very fortunate to stay on the pitch as well, which I thought as well. So it's good to have that rotation in there. And yeah, obviously it's going to be a very, very interesting game anyway. We'll be fine, I reckon. 3-1 to the Reds. Yeah, Jeannie, I said 3-1. I said 3-1 to Liverpool as well. We saw last night that 3-1 isn't a given. Andrew Williams going for Liverpool 3, City 2. Interesting. If we get anything like the game we got on Sunday, we'll all be very, very happy as well. Hi, Andrew. At Mad love the dark arts. Yeah, that is true. 2-0 Liverpool, says Jeannie. Howdy, top Man U. I think the final is Man City Chelsea. Well, we will speak about the other one, and hope you're well, Andrew. Talking to you. Yeah, Chelsea Crystal Palace. I feel Chelsea will be tired. I think they'll be very, very tired from their exploits against Real Madrid. Could we see a heavily rotated Chelsea side, do you think?
My thing is Chelsea won't. They've lost the last 2 finals in a row, haven't they, of the FA Cup? Like two. If I mentioned that, we won the cup last year.
Yeah.
So they obviously lost that one last year. The year before they lost to Arsenal, didn't they? So
yeah,
they'll want to go the full distance and take that next step this year. And I almost feel that's going to play against them. There's going to, when like teams get desperate to sort of to do something, I think that'll play against them. There's absolutely no pressure on Palace for this. All the pressure is on Chelsea. So I think I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Palace. I really fancy an upset. The big thing for them, though, is they're losing out on Conor Gallagher, obviously, who can't play in this one, which is a big, big loss for them. But I don't know what it is. I just fancy them. I really do.
Mm-hmm. And Patrick Vieira had a pretty good record at Wembley as well, I think, from memory as well. And he's got a good record in the FA Cup as well. So, yeah, I fancy Palace as well. I fancy Palace to cause a wee upset. And I haven't actually given my Liverpool City prediction. Oh, Christ. I'm going to go 1-1 Liverpool City. And then I think we're finally going to get the better of City. I think we'll get the better of City. I'm going to go 2-1 after extra time. I think we'll get a goal, but we'll see. We'll see. But for the Palace Chelsea game, I honestly think this could be a bit of a cracker. I'm going 3-2 Palace. I honestly think that if Palace score an early goal, makes it very, very interesting. And also the other thing is Zaha, Mateta, Olise, and Eze. I think you'll see Eze start in this game, and I think you'll see Olise, Mateta, and Zaha start. Interestingly enough, I don't know who starts in goal for Palace though, because obviously we have seen Jack Butland start usually in the cup games as well, but you've still got Vicente Guaita, who is still a very, very good goalkeeper. But I think Chelsea will rotate, and I think you might see Kepa start for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's one of those with like obviously Mendy's a better keeper, but Kepa is the domestic cup keeper, isn't he, for Chelsea? So
he is, yeah.
Like, after his antics at Wembley last time, though, do you think he gets given the reign? That was so strange, wasn't it? Like in the final, but you play Mendy right to the end and then sub him off for the penalty shootout. He doesn't save a single penalty and then hits it into nearly the second tier. Poetic.
It was fun. It was fantastic if you're a Liverpool fan, of course. That was a great game last night, and Chelsea played some fantastic football. Brave and Tuchel playing 3-2-5. Yeah, that was actually it was very, very good. Just unlucky they didn't get through. Unlucky. Palace will be tough to beat. Chelsea were great last night, but we'll be disappointed not to see it through. Yeah. Top MUs and hello to Ant. Jeannie said later people, Tad Douglas, Ant and chat. Not a problem, Jeannie. Enjoy the game as well. There will be some rotation for Chelsea. I do agree. Never ever bet against Chelsea if competition can't start. Yeah, I don't see them starting. I think their exploits last night. I think they'll be rested. I think I can see them getting rested anyway. Chelsea 3-1 says Andrew. If Jorginho starts, I give Palace a good chance. Jorginho's been absolute pony recently. I would agree. I would absolutely agree. And this is someone who thinks, and this is, the Ballon d'Or thought that Jorginho was the third best footballer. Yeah. Is the FA Cup on TV on what station? Yes, the FA Cup is on TV. Liverpool Man City is on TV. It is BBC One on Saturday. And then I'm probably guessing that the other one's on ITV, I'm guessing, Anne. Is that right?
I presume so. I hope they haven't put them on BT because some of the FA Cup games have been on BT this year. I'd presume it's either ITV or BBC, but
I would imagine so.
To be honest, I haven't actually looked, but I'd be very surprised if they didn't put the semi-finals on Freeview channels.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think I do think that the FA Cup will be on TV, of course. And just very very quickly, I know obviously we are just about to go, but PSV, Leicester, all the very very best for you tomorrow. Prediction for that, if you could.
2-1 Leicester. I think that the pressure for PSV is that their fans want to see them get at us right from the start. And I think we'll play with Daka up top. That could well play into our hands of leaving a lot of room in behind for the counter with Barnes, Lookman, obviously Maddison. We've got that pace on the counter. So I'm optimistically saying a 2-1, but it is going to be a horrible, horrible game.
Yeah, I don't envy it. Let me just put it that way. But hopefully we do the job against Benfica tonight, and hopefully you guys do the job against PSV tomorrow. But Ant, thank you very very much for coming on as well. Just tell the people where they can find you.
So yeah, absolute pleasure, mate, coming on. Always enjoy having a chat with you. And yes, so Ant's Leicester fan channel, so on YouTube. So just basically just talking about all the new Leicester related news, home and away match day vlogs, and yeah, that's about not much more to it, really. That's about it.
And being very outspoken on Twitter as well.
Twitter and my own channel. I've been a bit more reserved because this isn't my channel today. But on my own channel, don't worry, I'll let you know my opinions. I'll put it like
that. No, please go and check out Anne. How many subscribers have you got now? Is it 3.3?
I don't know, because I stopped it. Let me have a quick look. Because I stopped doing content for a while and I lost quite a few subscribers. So let me have a quick look. Yeah, 3.3.
3.3. 3.3. Yeah, so you're closing on 3.5.
Yeah, because I was at 3.8k at one point, and then I didn't upload for a few months, and I lost quite a few. But back on the grind now. But the thing is, I'll be honest, I'm probably the worst person for subscribers because I'm not really that bothered about numbers, which is probably the least YouTubey thing to say. It's like I'm just here having fun.
Yeah, and that is all about it is supporting each other, and but absolute players to get you on, and hopefully we don't not have anything to speak about to each other. We definitely need to do more stuff together. Let's just say that we definitely need to do more stuff together. Whether you're free for the World of Football podcast, we'll get you back on at some point as well. But yeah, guys, please go and check out Ant's channel. Also, Beyond the 90 as well. Ant's on there quite a couple of times. Are you?
Pretty much after every game. So
yeah. So pretty much there. But guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good luck to the English clubs, obviously City and Liverpool, and obviously the West Ham, Rangers as well, and obviously Leicester City tomorrow evening. But until then, it's goodbye from the both of us, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.